Baby number 5.
Oh. Are you pregnant? What? Whoa. Is this an announcement? Hello everyone!
Hi!
Guess what we're doing? You will never guess.
It's been a while, but we did promise you guys that we would do another Q&A, and this time we asked for some juicy questions, so it's gonna be fun. Okay, first question. Are you on birth control? I feel like this is a touchy subject, but the simplest answer is I feel like for every family they have to decide for themselves what's best for them. Based on the Bible and what they think is fine and is not fine. For us, I'm not using the birth control pill, but there are alternatives.
Yep, to each their own.
So, yeah.
Were you nervous for your wedding night? You said juicy. Oh, okay.
Okay, your turn.
Nervous? No. Like,
Not really.
it was more of like the anticipation because of the stress of the wedding and like all the plans coming together. And then, did you book the right day for your honeymoon? You know, all those little things that come into your head last minute. And then you're finally married, you take all the pictures, and then you go, and then you're so tired. I don't know. I think it was more just the anticipation
We were
and excitement.
like so anxious, so yeah, I feel like it was
No,
not
nervous.
as awkward as it could have been.
Not nervous. Were you nervous?
Not really.
No. Okay. That's
I
good.
mean, like a little bit. I think it's fair that everyone has like a little bit of like nervousness just because like there's such an expectation put on your honeymoon, but I think that it was.
We just had a
It
great
wasn't
time,
super
so
weird.
I don't know.
Do I have lipstick on my teeth?
No.
How do you sort through the tough subjects and come to an agreement?
You just fight. That's it.
No, I feel like with the harder questions, we both will like discuss it and kind of give our view, and then I think we just try to find like a common ground that's, you know, a bit of a compromise for both sides that we can agree on something that we're both fine with. Typically that's kind of, I think, how we handle most.
If we disagree, like, we usually will both get quiet, but then we know we have to talk about it eventually, so we eventually come and talk about it. It's like neither of us are going anywhere, so we want to be happy, so we just talk.
But we definitely do not agree on everything.
Yeah, who does?
Like
It's
there's
no fun to
definitely
agree
things
on
we don't
everything.
agree on.
It's fun to fight because then you can make up.
So sometimes you just come to an understanding like, okay, we just agree to disagree. It just, you know, sometimes that happens.
Yeah.
Baby number 5.
Oh. Are you pregnant? What? Whoa. Is this an announcement?
No. Yeah, I don't know.
You never know. It takes 2 weeks to find out, usually.
I do want a big family, and I do want more children. I just don't know if that's in the cards for me right now, just because of my extremely like hard pregnancies. So I don't know. I haven't had that intense baby fever yet, so maybe it's a sign.
Macy's still little. What's your biggest fear? I know what yours is.
Mine is roaches, like 100%. If I see a roach, I am standing on the table screaming.
I don't know what mine
What's your
is.
biggest fear?
What do you think mine is?
Fear of talking to people.
Yeah, isn't that interesting?
Which is
Probably
crazy
so.
because look at him.
Probably so. I think it's more like public speaking. I think
Yeah, he doesn't
that's
like
probably my biggest.
in front of crowds. I
Yeah,
guess
I
would
don't
be a
like that.
better.
I don't think many people like that, even if you do it.
What do you guys think that you'll do to celebrate your 10th anniversary? We don't know yet.
Oh,
We don't usually plan
That's
things
a
far in
big deal.
advance, so I feel like it depends on the kids, like if we're able to get a sitter and stuff like that. But we would like to do something like very like memorable for our 10th anniversary, but
oh, it's gonna be big.
Time will
We're gonna
tell.
do something. We're definitely going somewhere.
yeah, it'd be fun.
If you could go back would you charge anything from your wedding?
Oh, change.
Oh, change anything?
Yeah, of course. I was
think most everybody would.
19. So, I
Yeah.
mean, I made some very like loud choices. My wedding was like hot pink and royal blue and...
Well, I think most people would because
Yeah.
styles change and your style changes. So
Oh, yeah, for
if you
sure.
could go back, you'd be like, well, obviously I'd have this style that I have now as opposed
Yeah.
to before.
So yeah, but in that moment and in that time, it was exactly what we wanted. We were so happy and we were just so thankful to be getting married that it didn't matter. And looking back, I'm happy. And when I look back at those pictures, I think this is like the most joyous day of my life. So
Oh yeah,
it is what it is.
I wouldn't change that. The end result I would not change.
Would you ever consider getting a job outside of the house when the girls are older? Yes. I have definitely thought about that, and I think I would probably, I don't know that I would get a full-time, I just think it would depend on the kids and if they were moved out and if they needed help or not, but if they were like stable, then I would probably get a job for sure.
Nah.
Yeah, I think I
We'll
would.
both just retire and go somewhere. How often do you make time for certain times?
How often do you
Yeah.
make time for sexy time?
I wasn't gonna say the word.
Are you blushing?
No. I enjoy it. A lot.
I mean, I think it helps if you have like a routine and like a bedtime for the kids that
Oh,
you do
yeah.
have time alone. And so it's easier, I think, to have time together when you do have that structure. So I would
Oh,
encourage
that's definitely
that.
true because the kids go to bed like 7:30 or 8, and if they didn't, that would really inhibit like our time together. So
Wow.
we're gonna go with every night.
Wow.
Every night we make time for it. Doesn't mean we do.
Are you going to Lawson and Tiffanys' wedding?
Should we answer that? I don't want to offend.
I feel like this is a hard one because obviously it's my brother and I would love to go to his wedding. But in the past year, we've already traveled to 2 weddings, and with the prices of things right now, it's so expensive to travel, gas prices, and on top of that, we have 4 little kids, and their wedding is going to be in California. So, with the
I think
circumstances
it's just too much.
and like this stage of our life,
We've gone to
I don't think that we can do
2
it.
weddings this year
Yeah.
already.
We've been to Pennsylvania, we've been to Tennessee, we've been to Tennessee again for the I Love You Day.
Yeah.
So it's just been
It's just
a lot. So yeah, we
Yeah.
we would love
Sadly,
it if
we'll
it
miss
worked
it.
out, but I don't think that we're gonna be able to go. So
Yeah, sad. What's your favorite way to spice things up since the littles? Oh, put them to bed.
spontaneousness,
Yeah, that's true.
like be spontaneous. Don't schedule time for that.
9:30.
Just do it when the moment's
PM.
right. Just let it go. You know, like let it happen.
An exact time. That would be kind of interesting.
Did either of you date someone before you dated each other? No, we didn't.
Oh, you did?
You were my first boyfriend.
No, you're my first girlfriend. I mean, we had other interests, but I never was.
Not really. I like smiled at a boy.
talking to one person.
That was like the extent of my conversations with guys.
Oh, unfaithful.
What do you and John argue about? Usually really little, like dumb things. And
Yeah,
it
but
always
it-
happens when we're tired.
Yep, it's been like a really long day. It's late. The kids are so whiny. You're like to the max of like your patience, and then yeah.
Yeah,
it's
and you
tough.
just, like, he'll say something and I'll be like, did you mean that against me? Like, was that a dig? He's like, no, I was just saying. And then it's like little stuff like that.
Yeah, when you're tired,
unimportant
it's
stuff.
silly, honest, silly stuff. But we really don't do that for too much.
Not very
anymore.
often.
Yeah.
Because we've lived together that long and we've kind of fought about everything, so there's not much left to fight
I know,
about.
you
so.
just gotta work through it. Once you work through it, you're like, well, we're good.
True. What do you wish you had known before getting married? I wish that we had learned to better communicate, because in the first year of our marriage, especially the first 6 months, we fought a lot, like all the time. And I think that it was hard to overcome at first because like you're first married and so you're so in love, and we would argue, and then we'd make up, and we'd argue, and we'd make up. And every day it's like this cycle. It's not like this healthy cycle. So I think that would have helped in early stages of like marriage if we had learned to communicate better.
Yeah, we didn't talk too much while we were dating.
Yeah, so.
That was, anyways, that's another story. Do you worry that vlogging constantly could have negative effects as your kids get older?
I don't know.
Not really, because it does put you out of like your little comfort zone. So I feel like it would help them to where nothing would be off the table for them to be able to do. Like they could go anywhere, they could do anything because, you know, they've been in front of crowds, they've been on screen, so I think it would help them overcome it. But obviously if it got to where it interfered with our family and it was breaking our family, we would end it immediately. So our family, we've even talked about, is the most important thing. So if something came between like our happiness or us getting along, it would just end. So that would be an easy decision.
Are you ever going to visit Utah? Hopefully.
I've been there.
Hopefully. I actually want to go for my 30th birthday. I want to do like this train ride that does go through Utah. And I've talked to my mom about it, and she like loves train rides. So we've talked about my parents going and maybe some of his like siblings, married couples, and some of my siblings. So we'll see if that works out, but
that would be
I don't know.
What's the craziest thing that happened to you and John?
There's a lot of crazy things. To keep it short, I would probably say the craziest thing was on our honeymoon. The cabin that we rented had mice, like terribly.
I'm gonna sneeze.
And so, you're gonna sneeze?
Yeah. Okay. All right, we're good.
Anyway, the cabin that we had mice. And this is the craziest thing. One night we're sitting there watching TV, and we're sitting on the couch, and like a mice came running down the back of the couch, and I jumped and it fell like right beside me, or like into my lap. Screamed bloody murder. That was like terrifying.
Yeah, that was frustrating.
Crazy night.
That place. They would run back into the fireplace and we would stuff water bottles in the holes. It was a nice place. I couldn't believe that it was doing that, but whatever.
Would you ever foster or adopt children?
We have never been opposed to that.
Yeah, I would love to.
Yeah, we've talked about it several times that we would like to do that, but don't know if that's what we should do, but we were both interested in that. The question you hate getting that you get all the time. Your life is so perfect. How do you do it? You seem thin.
I think that people think because the house is like put together and because the kids' hair is fixed and they're in like a dress with shoes on, that my life is fake. And 90% of the time, if you were to knock on the door and walk in, the house would look perfectly clean and the kids would be ready and have bows in their hair. But I think that everyone has different goals set for themselves, and for me, I like the house to be put together and for it to be nice and the kids to be in order. And I also think that when the kids were younger, I would clean like all the time, 24/7. And as they got older, I taught them that you can get toys and things out, but if you get them out, you're gonna have to clean them. So they've learned to play with less. They'll play with all of their toys, but they play with a bucket at a time instead of dumping all the buckets out.
Yeah, because they know they have to clean it up when it's done. Yeah. So they've learned,
that helps.
Like, don't make a huge mess.
Have you ever cussed in your adult life? No. I've never cussed in my life at all.
No.
Adult or non-adult.
Not that I can remember.
Yeah. Anyway.
No.
That's a 20 questions you guys asked and wanted to answer.
That's the last one?
So.
What a terrible one to end on.
Let us know what you think. And as always, thanks for watching. We appreciate you guys.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for following along.
Yeah.
Our little family. Boy, those were actually some juicy questions.
Yeah, so if you have even better ones.
As you're answering, I was like, should we answer that? I don't know. So anyway,
we did say juicy.
There it is. You got it. Go tell everybody.
Bye.